Go.
And one more shuffle. Okay. We're getting a lot coming up right here, right through the throat chakra. It was coming up before. I thought maybe you were an orator or a speaker. You're literally getting Angel of the Night and the Seven of Cups. This is somebody that actually spoke a lot at night, that was trying to motivate people and inspire people to do things. We hear Angel of the Night currently. We think Phantom of the Opera. I think you perhaps could have sung, but you were using your voice for something else. This is an underground movement that you were part of, definitely political and social change you were creating. There was a loss of a love, very much big loss of love here going on. There were a lot hurted. Love life is coming here. Is this? There was traveling going back and forth. This is. I'm not sure I'm getting French Revolution, but I'm getting France and England at war. Uprising, war and uprising came out just immediately after that. Yeah, this is something, and this is somebody considering something. This is somebody that hears you, sees you. This is not your love. This is somebody that hears you, and I think they're trying to figure out what to do with you. You have them a little bit displaced, out of place, disgruntled, not sure what to do, not sure how to handle somebody that's quite like you. You're getting people together, rallying cry, very proactive. Speaking up and saying, hey, we need to band together, or we need to get together to create this kind of a change. This is what you're doing. You're a motivator, an adjutant, some would call you. I think you're a female in this particular lifetime, which is even more interesting, because as an adjutant, as a male, they might, have you go into battle or blah, 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 blah. As a female, you're in different places. You weave in and out like smoke through the night. You weave in and out like smoke through the night. Oh my. People call you the angel of death sometimes. Holy. Because you weave in and out, you know secrets, you know certain secrets, you know who's going to get called, and sometimes you will carry the news of someone passing during this wartime. Sometimes you would be the one that would tell the mom, hey, so-and-so is no longer on the planet. Wow. Yeah, when the burden's been too heavy and somebody's lost in battle, you are the one tasked with bringing home some of that news. They know they will trust you to get the news to the right person. You work undercover in the... I don't know that it's even a battlefield, so to speak, but you work in the battle in a very stealth, sneaky kind of undercover way. You don a mask sometimes. You disguise yourself often. You'll go around like a marauder sometimes. You're a pickpocket. You know how to swipe things off of people. You would know how to loosen somebody's belt so their sword would fall at the wrong time and they wouldn't have it armed in battle with them. You can come across as the fine lady thief. Oh my fucking hell. Listen to in Lenormand cards, this means the lady and this means the thief. What did I just say? Yes, okay. We're definitely on the right track with you. This is just too interesting. Give me a second here. You're more clever than many of the men around you. And I'm not trying to bash either of the genders. It's just they underestimate you. They don't suspect you because you're quite pretty. You might speak your truth or speak your mind, but you speak it in a soft and gentle way. And you speak it to people at bars if you're serving drinks or if you happen to be there. You're You're not in a high station. It's social status wise, you're not in a high station. It's part of the reason you see the inequity in the structure. You get on board ships. I want to know more about this. Where are you going back and forth on ships? Again, on board ships, ferrying people to and fro. You smuggle people here or there. You're on the ships like the magician. You're smuggling people. You help get people out of harm's way if you can. You see shit happening. You're on sometimes on I don't know that it's a funeral ship, but it's a medicinal ship, and you bring supplies. They would know you as somebody that might be familiar with a wharf area where there would be businesses and merchants and all of this happening. There's businesses and merchants, and you might bring things. They would know you of a lady of a certain place of business, but only if you showed yourself in a recognizable way. Or you could get on board and help people cross from France to England. Really specific and weird. What else is going on? And again, this magician, again, you know how to do this sleight of hand in such a way that it's really quite good. Like, you might be able to short somebody on supplies. You might be able to have accountants get their numbers wrong, switching books, cooking books, fixing things a little bit differently in a good way for the benefit of things. It's a very, very gentle strength. They don't underestimate. You totally know how to do this. You have a group behind you that is supportive of you, of a couple of different families. Now, these aren't super wealthy families, but they are families that are vested in the outcome. All right, let's go back to the marauder. You can create delays in cycles and people missing appointments that really are pivotal. You can create, it's like you have a little herd. That's not the nice way to put it. You have a little herd of friends, like young people that will go out and distract or pickpocket or create disturbances in the street. And they're very much like you. It feels like there's probably 7 of you is what I'm getting, because I'm getting this 3 to 10 number. There's 7 of you that go around and you help fate shift things out. So weird. I want to go back in here again. What else we need to know? This loss of the love, I want to go back to that. Can we go there? Are we ready to go there? We're not ready to go there yet. What else? More about this job that you have. There's a duality in the nature, and there's a certain amount of time that you are very, very, very active when you're pushing really, really hard in this duality of nature. Part of you would like to have something a little bit more normal, but part of you is loving the thrill of the kill. That's not meant literally. Sorry, that's not meant literally. The thrill of the hunt, the thrill of the chase, the thrill of what's going on to create this change, this revolutionary type of change, this shift. You know this is a certain time. You can sense that this is something that is a certain time in history. It's only going to be this way for a certain while. You want to be in on it. You feel the cause and the need to be rebelling against whatever is the structure in the cause, the need to act, more than the need to fulfill your role in general in how society would structure you out, more than the need to conform. Okay. How long does this happen? This happens for 6 to 8 months in a super, super strong and intense kind of way. And then you're not able to disguise yourself as easily. You're not able. I don't know if people are on to you, so to speak, or if you're just physically changing. Your physical characteristics are becoming more known. People will know. People will associate. This is a period of intense activity for 6 to 8 months, but you try to disguise yourself. It's not as easy to do as you would like to do. There's people that are starting to recognize, what do you do? Oh, the lovers kick in. I get that you were one that was very, very raven haired, but you tried to change your hair color literally to be having this reddish hair so people would see you as completely different. Um, it's something you did in your appearance that would be that dramatic. You tried to change your look so you would look perhaps like you were from a different country or a different family, clan type of group, tribe, whatever you want to call it. You tried to change your look up a bit. And this was done by you and the person that actually fell for you. He recognized the love. I think part of the reason you were so... he's part of the problem as to why you were recognized, because he would have told people, hands off, she's mine, right? Hands off, she's mine. And if they would know, okay, I have to stay away from this one, then that would interfere sometimes. There's a karmic debt coming due, and it's in the balance, and somebody in the Empress in the Mother position is understanding this needs to shift. Now, this is to do with this one over here. These are power brokers. This Mother position, is that literally a Mother position, or is this an association, but he's the more powerful of the two? This is a power position. This is somebody, I don't know if it's actually a mother. I don't even know if this is actually a woman, but she's so wed to him and his keeping the social structure in place that it's crazy. And this Six of Swords, this is about the boats. They're onto you about the boats. They're onto you about the boats. They're onto you about the boats. They know. She knows. Somebody else in the same industry, so to speak, in the same business would be on it. You're having to go to this different place. You're going to have to go into a rural setting in a different place in one of the lands. And I think it's more that you are in France. You're going into a rural space in France, perhaps an island. I don't know what the French islands are. It would be something that during this time was a French island, and it wouldn't be necessarily considered an outpost. It would be almost a forgotten zone. Like you're having to be benched for a bit. You're going to this forgotten space, and it feels like it's an island. Like not too terribly far off, and it doesn't feel tropical. It feels cold, rainy, wet, dank. It makes me think of what my stereotype of Ireland is like, but I don't know why it's in France. It's temperance. It's to cool things down, cool the temperature down, and allow you the time for the getaway. You can't be there forever, forever, forever. It's to cool things down, cool things down. You were made to be unrecognizable so you could get away and get to the island to blend with some of the other that might be there on the island, other folks, other family members, other people like that. The love of your life took you there. This was not exactly towards his people, but where he could blend fairly easy as well. It's a matter of getting around the obstacles with a singular vision. You still go back and forth a little, but not a ton. And you go under the cloak again. You go under the cloak of the marauder. Where did she go? There she is. You go under the cloak of the marauder. You did 6 to 8 months really, 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 really diligent. This love affair, when this started shifting, it was like boom. It was like there wasn't a whole lot of let's mess around, we have a whole lot of time. There was an urgency because of it being war. There was urgency, and there was like a solid recognition. Just like boom, recognition. Going in here a little bit more. I want to know a little more on this. Two or 3 years longer the war goes on. 2 or 3 years longer the war continues. Your dude gets really hurt pretty badly. Like seriously badly. The injury could have saved his life. This is hurt pretty badly, having to readjust. It's like it's almost like losing a limb or the use of something that way, where he would be slightly ostracized. Couldn't handle the sword quite so easily. He would have needed to be sent away from the field and handle things differently. So you handle things differently. This is why you come back out a little bit more too. Again, the Magician showing up, the sleight of hand, all of this. Now he's at the island. He's at the island for time to heal. It's almost like like a gash right across through here. Like it would be on, I don't know if it's literally his left hand, but since I'm right-handed, I'm describing this way, but it's a gash that comes right across through here. It almost severed completely off. It's almost like a loss of a limb because it takes so long for this to heal. This is why he's out of commission. Do you play the river games again? I think you do. You play the river games again. You're crossing somehow England to France, and there's some kind of river game going on. It's not just ocean and bay, but there's a river game going on. Transferring money and goods. Again, cooking books in a weird way. You're sending out false messages to this person here. You send out false messages. You cook the books in a weird way, numbers before. You also cook the books in a weird way. You're good at handwriting and script and creating things. You may be creating false letters of intent for people to be here or there. You're really, really using this skill of misdirection. People are showing up at the wrong places for wrong events, completely wrong-headed events. So you'll have people that are ready and kind of hungry for battle, showing up in a place where there is no battle. You have people that are ready for a social gathering and guests and like a birthday party or some stupid celebration like that, showing up in a place that they shouldn't. It's like nobody's there. It's like knock, knock, nobody's home. And you do this a lot on this. So this person doesn't trust the information she's being brought anymore. It's starting to really bug her, him, whoever this is, this one that's very committed. She does not expect you to come in at her that directly that way, and you do. Oh, yes, you do. It got personal. She was part of the reason that this happened. She was part of the crew, the battle, the instructor, the instructions, the support that cost so dearly here. It's personal. You and this one, and it's definitely a she. This person connected here, I wasn't so sure. I thought it might be just a man with a similar gender that was equally strong, but no, it's a she. It's a she, and you're ready to fuck her up. Yeah. You don't want for her to death. You want for her ruined. You want revenge. You want revenge in the biggest way possible, and you make it your work to undercut her, see her finances dwindle, take from that, take from it. You learned your pickpocket skills in the streets and in the way that you would do where you could just like loosen a belt, make somebody's sword loose. And in this particular thing, you were costing her credibility left, right, and sideways with everyone she's associated with. You're costing her huge reputational damage and credibility, and it's going boom, 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 boom. Oh, so sad. Oh, too bad. She's not getting the influence, the prestige, the ability to have the trust of this person as much. He's like, nope. He doesn't trust who she is, what she's saying, or her sources anymore, because you're good at creating misleading information. Yeah, it becomes a game of vengeance right now. Wow. You get judgments, high office judgment against her. You're kind of horrible. You get high judgment against her about her being here or there with somebody that she wasn't here or there with. You are out for extreme revenge. You are wrecking her business. You are wrecking her social life. You are wrecking her marriage. You are wrecking her friendship. You are wrecking it all. You are bringing it down. There's one person that is a very wealthy man, wealthy, affluent man, concerned with him. You cost him too. This is something you like. I'm sorry to say this, but you start a whole pack of lies and a whole huge rumor that takes these guys. Now the credibility bleed is going here. You bet your stakes against whatever this guy is betting his stakes. If it were in modern terms of a poker game, you'd go in and clean house on the poker table. That's what this would be. You would go in and what do they call that? I don't know what they call that, but you're hustling it. Anything else? Yeah, you are out to wreck her. She must have done some serious damage to your love. There's a truce come. What is the truce come? This young man who is his, you don't want to ruin him because he's kind of just caught in the fray. So you get in this place of truce. But it's costing bad health to both of these guys. And that's enough. That's enough. This guy goes on to marry somebody significant, somebody perhaps a little bit more up the social ladder, but he doesn't seem like he's the problem. He's just, you know, the kid of this particular person. He doesn't seem problematic. So this is when you back off because you realize you were wanting to burn down the whole everything, like burn everything down to the ground. Anything else? What happens to you when you do this? You finally back the fuck off is what you do, but good God. Oh, you're very pleased. You're very pleased. It's cost you a little bit, and it's cost you a little bit of your spirit. You don't care on that one. You're very pleased with your work, and you're pleased to let it go. And you're happy to let it go because you realize that you got a little bit addicted to the toxicity of the battle and the revenge. It comes up that sometimes you get a little bit wanting to war again, and you have to let that go. You have to let the battle go. You have to walk away from the battle, and that's one of your challenges. It's a big-time challenge. That's where it ends for me. It doesn't tell me if you had kids. It doesn't tell me anything else like this. This walking away from this battle because you got in this very warring, I'm going to fuck everybody up, ruin them energy. Walking away from that was one of the big victories in your lifetime there. But it might be that you're a little hard-headed and a little too easily triggered for battle now in certain circumstances by certain people. Where you see injustice, where you see harm that is like really unbelievably unfair harm, you will see this and it will rise. You're going about it from a much gentler viewpoint. You know, in this life, you're not meant to just go rain hell on people. You've done your turn at that, and now it's time to be more gentle. You know this. You'll travel lighter. You'll travel lighter. If you need to have span, you'll do it in a different way. It's like you had all kinds of shadow lessons coming here, learning, and you ultimately learn to back off from them. It's going to shift a little bit. If your shadow side comes up in a strong way in this life, don't be surprised, because sometimes there's connections that come through. But your span is meant to play the other side of the game this time. A little lighter, a little more light work than shadow work, and not so harsh. That's what I got. That feels complete. There's a protective angel over you at this particular time because of what you've done here, because of the amount of life you actually saved, because you were ready to be fierce. That's what I've got. That's complete. Wow. Holy shit. Sorry, that took a long time. That's what I've got.